up this time with the third game of the evening. So Gollux has disputed my pronunciation of this game, but that's because he's played enough of it to get a sense of what they're actually going for.
Okay, well, Captain Wave is how people are going to see it.
Right.
It's but the W is replacing the V, not the R, so it's more like Brawe or something. And based on some content in the game, I think, as the video is showing, as Petty Fan goes at the beginning, this is a setting in which space travel was developed in like the 1800s. And I believe the main character, the captain, is space Polish, because I forget what the exact name was, but there's a picture of his mom on his ship, and their last name is something along the lines of Brawieski or Brawielewski or something.
Probably and also Captain here is spelled with a K.
That is also comes up that he is dumb and likes to spell things wrong. You have a robot named Rowboat, which I assume is also him being clever, because you also have to construct an actual rowboat to go places, so it comes up. Okay. Anyway, short form is the main character here, Captain Brawe or whatever, is approximately Zap Brannigan level without the sexual harassment, in that he is a kind of egotistical, useless space police captain. His assistant Kralek seems to be the brains of the operation generally. And so far as I've gotten, it's mostly you are on the ship and you get a distress signal that the captain, who wants to have action and do something useful, insists on them go handle the distress call without calling for backup, because then they wouldn't get to have any fun, I guess. And it's a very traditional adventure game in terms of it's primarily based on inventory puzzles, some of which can be kind of finicky about which order you can do them in, but it still usually works. Like it's not like you're gonna lose the opportunity to do the thing if you do it wrong. It's gonna make you take the thing off and put it and fix it, before it'll let you actually do whatever you need to do. This game has an easy mode or a casual mode and a slightly harder mode. The easy mode gives you a hint function that works pretty well, apparently. Although it mostly just tells you like where you need to go or what you need to click on, which is probably particularly useful if you're trying to play this with touchscreen, because by default you're using the right stick to move the cursor pretty slowly and the A button to click on things. And you do get mouse over information about whether you're going to leave a scene or interact with an object or talk to a person. So if you're using touchscreen, you don't get that. But because the cursor is slow, I still kind of had a mixed experience with which one felt like it was better. If that makes sense. I think overall trying to do it with the mouse is probably preferable. I don't think this game is super long unless this includes more than the things that I found about it, because I did not have that much time to play it. But yeah, overall, it's a very retro kind of steampunk space setup. The characters are, I don't know, moderately entertaining. It definitely feels like, as with many of these, and I am pretty sure this is the case for this one, it was written by someone whose first language was not English. It's not like you're gonna get stuff wrong, but some things are a little bit awkward, like, or phrased somewhat awkwardly. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. Phrasing that you won't get from native English speakers.
Yeah.
Like pay maximum attention.
Or just slightly weird uses of certain prepositions and stuff. But yeah, overall it's not. I think it's actually a pretty good game. The biggest issues I had in the amount of time I did is that, again, without the mouse over information, sometimes it's a little bit tricky to figure out what you have to rely on the mouse over information to know what you can like pick up. And sometimes when you open something and you have to take something from inside of it, it's not always clear how many things there are that you can take. Like, even for this initial puzzle, one of the solutions is a thing that's in one of the cabinets that I open and close the cabinet. Yeah, there it is. The bottom picture closest to the wardrobe is the one of his mom, I believe.
Okay.
Braworski, yeah. So it's presumably they're just space Polish. Uh yeah, and again, this being an adventure game, most of it is in a story, which is, I don't think there's anything amazingly original about it. But but see, you can't do that because you have to look at the manual to realize that it's in French and you don't speak French. But there's a translation machine upstairs that was not clearly marked. But in order to do that, you need to use a CD-ROM that's currently being used as a coaster. It's that kind of puzzle. They're fairly straightforward, but a lot of them have a lot of steps.
Right.
And you have to go back and forth for it. I also got a lot of mileage out of the fact that if you click on an exit, double click on the exit, you will go there, it'll fade out instead of waiting for Kaptain to walk over. Oh yeah, and the power's out for that thing, so it's yeah, you're not even going to get off the ship and onto the planet. It doesn't take super long to do it. It's longer if you don't know what you're doing. Like now I could probably do it in about half the time it actually took me. I don't know. Overall, I think this is good. From what I've heard, it's pretty short, and there was a sequel that was going to be kickstarted, but it failed its kickstarting goal. So I don't know if there's a future for the series. But I do kind of like the idea of a retro space police dumbass thing. Like the part where the humor comes from, like one of the characters being dumb and the other one being smarter but not in a position to do as much. And yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to say about this, I don't think. Do you guys have any questions? Oh yeah, there's there's not a whole lot of music. I played with the music off mostly. It's generally just backgroundish music, and there are no voices at all. So yeah.
Okay. Well, that gets to pricing. And the game ordinarily clocks in at $9.99, no matter what the platform. But it is on a deep sale on Switch at time of recording for $1.99. But I'll ask Alex: is this worth $10?
Probably not just for length, but I would say it's probably worth $5.
Okay. All right.
But that's me, so I don't know.
Well, it's based off of your judgment. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I think that's about it for Captain Brawe here. So be sure to tune in after the break as we'll be reviewing Dokuro.
So what you were supposed to do